My name is Richard Linklater. My film is Hitman, and it's a kind of true story. It takes place in New Orleans about a college instructor who kind of doubles as works undercover, mostly posing as a hitman for people who want to bump off people. So it's a dark romantic comedy, I guess. It's based on an article in Texas Monthly from 2001, something I read a long time ago. So I don't know, kind of a unique character stayed with me over the years. And then Glenn Powell and I got together and worked on the script. That's where it originated. Well, I mean, it's always such a elusive thing. Who's a character? What's a story or a situation that would make you want to make a film? Of all the stories and fiction and nonfiction that come at us all the time, why that? So that's one of those I ask myself. It's like, why did I find that character so interesting? So something funny about that situation. I don't know. It's always something worth exploring for years of your life and putting in all the time and effort. So it's a hard question to answer, other than I guess I was just compelled by the character and the underlying kind of situation that is this movie. So it felt like something that would be worth exploring, and kind of darkly funny and strange. Glenn Powell plays a guy named Gary at his core. He's just kind of an introverted, thoughtful college instructor, married once, loves his cats, a bird watcher, kind of a nondescript guy. But in his undercover operation, he has to adopt these personas. And Glenn just totally knocks it out of the park with this, playing these different characters. And he kind of lands on this one character to go meet this young woman who's kind of wants to bump off her husband. This all really happened. But he plays more of a swaggering guy. And he talks her into not actually doing it. He has some compassion for her. And then later she calls him up, or just gets in touch with him, kind of to thank him for realigning her life. But then he realizes he's to be with her or to spend any time. She knows him as that hitman. So he's kind of trapped in that persona. Not trapped, he sort of embraces it, enjoys it. He kind of thinks he likes that guy more than himself. So he slowly becomes that character. So the whole thing is it's kind of an examination of self, the idea of, are you who we think we are? Is the self mutable? Are we fixed? What does it even mean? And notions of identity are pretty, I don't know, it's pretty unstable these days. I would say it makes it an interesting subject to take on, even in the kind of comedic form. But Glenn really went to town with that, had fun with it. Adria Arjona, I just met her and was like, okay, that's Madison. You just meet someone just vivacious, smart, funny, sexy, all those things. And she and Glenn got together and it was like, oh my God, chemistry. You can't kind of create that. It either is there or it isn't. And between them, it was like, I remember my editor calling me up as we were shooting, just looking at dailies and, piecing footage together. Initially says, oh my God, I think the screen's going to melt or something. I was like, good. I feel it. I feel it. These two are really lighting it up. So, but Audra is she's so great. I don't know. She really became even though Glenn and I worked on the script together, she came aboard and became our third collaborator. We rehearsed a lot and she really took that character in a special place. And, without her, we don't really have a movie. She's the secret sauce that makes it all work. We don't really know what makes Madison tick because the movie is relentlessly from Gary's point of view. So we do that as a narrative device. You don't really know what she's doing when he's not around. You don't know. So that makes her kind of mysterious. We don't know her motivations a lot. Audrey had it all inside. She knew she had it all figured out. I couldn't ask a question about the character that Audrey hadn't already kind of thought through and determined. And I was very impressed with her thoroughness and groundedness in this character who's really out there. I mean, the character's doing some things that you would, in any other movie, any other person, you go, okay, that's really questionable. That's pretty, perhaps illegal, behavior. But I don't know. It's all fun, and yeah, she really took it somewhere. I mean, I think people think they're the hitmen in the world that you can hire to kill some people. It's a myth. It's a pop culture myth. But I think we're glad that we have law enforcement. When someone's shooting their mouth off about wanting to murder someone or have someone murdered, that the word tends to get back to homicide, and they tend to send someone out to record you doing that, and they tend to put you away. So I'm kind of glad of that. I think we all should be. But you never see it the other way around. Like, a hitman was arrested today in New York. It looks like he has killed 9 people. You never hear like, oh, this guy was found dead. We think it's a hitman who professionals are involved. It's just a myth. It doesn't exist. But the movie's really a deconstruction of the hitman myth, so seen from an undercover perspective. So, I mean, there are gangs and there's drug cartels. There's definitely killings. I'm not saying that, but the retail hitman that you can just buy it from someone you don't know, have no affiliation. They don't have any affiliation. You can pay them. I mean, that's what's kind of ludicrous. And yet, we want to believe it's so bad,